Hello everyone. Today we're going to look at the Alcatel Onetouch Pop Mega one more time. Except today I'm going to run a benchmark test. If anyone's familiar, this is a quadrant standard. It will take a look at 5 different things, including the CPU, memory, input, output, 2D and 3D graphics. So as this thing runs, it's basically looking at all the different things that we talked about. In addition to that, what I'm going to look at also are some of the more specific specs to this device. I'm pretty much already convinced that it's a good device, but I'm going to show you some of the specs, including the processor, the chip, like I said, the memory, the display, a couple other things. So as this thing runs, it's basically stressing the device out. I don't know if you can see that, but it was running at about 58 frames per second, which is not bad. So let's look at some of the results. All right, so if you can see this, it says the score that it gave it is 8594. And just below that, you have the HTC One, there's a Motorola Atrix, there's an Asus device in there. So according to this benchmark that I ran, this device is rated pretty well. All right, so now let's take a look at, like I said, some of the more specific things, the more specific specs about it. All right, so like I said in a previous video, this is Android 4.3 Jelly Bean. The name is Alcatel 995L. That's the model. So the chip is a Qualcomm Snapdragon 400, and specifically it's an MSM8226. And I looked that chip up. It was announced in 2012 and it was released in 2013. Now specifically, it's an ARM7 processor, which runs at a frequency of 1190.4 megahertz or 1.2 gigahertz. It's a quad-core processor. And it has a total memory of, what it says down there, 10485764 kilobytes, or if you convert that, it's basically 8.4 gigs. If we look at the display, the resolution is 540 times 960, or DPI of 159 times 160. And let's see what else we have here. The GPU is 450 megahertz. So as far as the DPI goes, 159 times 160, it's about 124 pixels per inch. The refresh rate on it, where was that? 58 hertz, or about, I can't really say 60 frames per second, but it's a little under, which is not too bad. As far as the sensors, it's got your basic sensors, accelerometer, a temperature sensor, which I'm not too sure what that's for, and then it's got a magnet sensor, also known as a Gauss meter. And I wasn't sure what that was for, but then I realized that it has a built-in compass right there. And so that's what the magnet meter is for, or a magnetometer. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it. But that's a pretty neat feature. You know, you basically can decide and you can tell where true north or where magnet north is. But overall, The specs on this device are pretty decent. The chip, again, is a Snapdragon 400 from Qualcomm. It's an entry-level processor, so I mean, don't expect that you're getting a great chip, but it is a pretty high quality chip. So I mean, I was already convinced, but overall, I just wanted to share some additional specs with you about this device. Again, it's $250 from Straight Talk. You really can't go wrong with this device. So again, guys, thank you very much for watching. Take care.